Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and today we're going to get caught in the mosh with Laurie's MishMosh. But first, we're going to kick off with a track she did alongside a fairly new artist in the community called Wi-Fi. This is Deep Waters. Boom.
Drown in your waves, you hold me close, caught in the undertow. Tender, consoling, holding my breath till I let you go. Let the waves crash over me, yeah. Let the cold dead water reach my soul. There are deep waters between us. And what would any red-blooded man do? Dive in the water to get to you. Swim through the ocean to find you. It's what I do. A bright sparkle in timid moments. I try to come up for air. The sky fades, I can't reach the surface, but I know you'll always be there. Let the waves crash over me, yeah. Let the cold dead water reach my soul. There are deep waters between us. And what would any red-blooded man do? Dive in the water to get to you. Swim through the ocean to find you. It's what I do. It's like when we stare, even for a moment, it brings that light in your eyes. It takes time and everything before it gently tip the tide. Falling off the deep end with a broken wing. Shallow glances, lonely visions, warm tears, choking panic from the cold waves. I could see her, what we used to be, what we used to put up with, and now our times falling separately. Damn dark lenses mess with my inside. Treading water, painful tension, cold teeth, jump a needle, hot pride, see a skull, painful adjustments, looking for the big fall. Never will I ever pull the trigger, left it dead, I'm falling severed. All the triumphs keep the lonely savage wanting what they can have, and I'm waiting in the water, subtle ripples in the darkness, even haunted. Slowly sinking, smell of blood, chalk infested. Potted clouds are my only savior. From dark triangles and twisted angels, I give my blood is just another deep, and you are ready to trade it up. There are deep waters between us. And what would any red-blooded man do? Dive in the water to get to you. Swim to the ocean to find you. It's what I do.
Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. As I said, my name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS, and that was a collaborative event by Wi-Fi and Laurie's MishMosh. So that has just really dropped recently. That is the latest kind of thing. And yeah. So let's get into today's interview. I've been waiting to interview this young lady for a very, very long time. You will, if you've been around these music communities for a while, and before I go ahead, thank you, Metalhead Hippie, for the kind super chat. There will be swearing today, folks, so if you would like to contribute to the swear jar, do so. It's more than welcome. Never expected. Anyway, I've been wanting to catch up with this particular artist for a while now, yeah? Because if you are a part of this very small but wide community here on YouTube of music creators, you will have come across Laurie's MishMosh somewhere along the line. She's a bit of a she's a bit of a floozy when it comes to getting around to collaborations, because she's on everyone's collabs, right? And I mean that in the nicest possible way, trust me. So she's a keyboard player. She has her own show called Snacks and Tracks. And the one thing, there are two other things which I really love about Laurie is that she's always super fun, and she gives a shit about a lot of artists here. She really does give a shit, and she likes seeing people spread their wings, because she gets to spread her wings with them, and I think that's a really, really amazing trait for somebody to have. So without further ado, I'm going to bring into the chat and try and weave my magic now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show for the very first time on How to App on iOS, Laurie's MishMosh. Hello. There you are.
Hello. Hello. How are you? That was the sweetest introduction I've ever had. Not that I've been interviewed a lot.
I just made it up on the spot. So
awesome. Well, thank you. You kissed my ass hard on that one.
Well, that's what this show's about,
No,
kissing
really
people's asses. It is. No, it is about shining the light on people and making them feel amazing, because we all need to feel amazing on this planet. And there's not enough of the love that gets shared, I think. What do you think about that?
I agree. I've met awesome people. Excuse me, I'm always eating. This is a Kit Kat. I haven't had lunch.
I bought snacks as well. Oh my, they're invisible.
Yay.
What the hell?
Is it green?
Yeah, they're wasabi peas.
Oh, I love wasabi peas.
So let's...
Oh, before I get into that, I have Valentine's candy. So yeah. York peppermint patties, Kit Kats, and Reese's peanut butter cup
prepared.
hearts.
I knew we'd be eating today. So so guys.
Yeah. So back to YouTube and nice people. I've met so many awesome people. That's my favorite part of being on YouTube is that I've met so many people from all over the world, but awesome people. There's also a lot of ego out on YouTube. People know. So what I just try to do is bring the humility back into YouTube. Just have fun. Invite people to have fun with me and encourage them to have fun on their songs or whatever they decide to do. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You remind me of me a lot too. I love the way you deal with humility. Here in Australia, we call it taking the piss out of yourself. Because if you can't take the piss out of yourself, how can you expect to take the piss out of others,
Right. I don't consider myself, call me an artist, and that makes me blush. I guess I play the piano, so that makes me an artist, and I do like to entertain, but I don't consider myself a great player or a great musician. I like to take the piss out of myself, make fun of myself, wear wigs. I actually wrote down some Aussie terms. I have some Aussie friends.
Oh, really? So. All right. Well, I want to hear them. I'll give you a score out of 10.
Well, that's one of them. I never heard, to take a piss for us means to go to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
But you guys say a way of shitting on somebody, maybe? Making fun of it?
Well, to take a piss is to go and have it go to the toilet, go for number one. To take the piss out of somebody is to, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, bring them down.
Yeah,
all right.
it's messing about. Yeah, knocking about, whatever you want to call it. In the UK, they call it having some crack, a bit of crack.
Well, I take a piss on myself. I'm Goldie Showers.
Okay, well, we're learning things all the time. I used to work as a dominatrix. I don't know if you know that. And I used to do that for a living, urinate on people.
Well, I've seen some of your outfits. Yeah.
It was a bizarre job, but high paying. You'd be amazed at how much somebody will pay to lay in a shower. And where has this show gone already?
It's what happens. It's what happens.
Absolutely.
I'd love to hear more about that. Let's turn the tables and hear more about your dominatrix.
Maybe we'll have a dominatrix special. Look at Hippie. Damn, boom.
Yeah, by the way, I don't have YouTube open, so if you're saying hi to me, I only see what Jade shows at the time. So hi, everybody. Thank you for being here.
We have.
Damn.
32 people, so thank you all for being here. I will get around to saying hello to you all. We kind of do it a little bit later on. So, all right, let's jump straight in. Tell us a little bit about that song that you did with Wi-Fi. How did that all come about?
That is a good one that you chose because no copyright, because Wi-Fi actually wrote the song. And I loved it. When I first saw Wi-Fi's channel and started listening to his music, so creative. I loved every single song he put out. And I love how he does a little rapping in between a lot of his songs. So anyhow, this one I fell in love with. And he knows I did. And he sent me an email and they said, do you want to redo it and do the keys yourself? And for those who know me, I'm a sheet reader. Like I have to read notes. And because he created this, there was no notes to read. So I said, I would love to. I can hear the chords, but let me see what I can do with it because I don't want to mess up such a beautiful song that he made. You know, I wanted to do him proud. So I actually found like just some cheap software that transcribes music into notes. And if you look close at that video, it's pretty funny because it's 1,000 notes. It transcribes every sound it hears. So, and I had, take my little Sharpie and like, well, you don't want to play that low G. And so that's how I did it. And he liked it. And I was happy that he liked it. And I was proud. And he made me into a Laurie character. I even got my own graphic design that he created for me.
I watched his podcast yesterday and was starting to try to understand the world of Wi-Fi and the multiple characters and found it quite interesting. It's something I guess we're all going to have to watch to see the multiple personalities of Wi-Fi. Well, that's fantastic because, I think it's long overdue that you start working more on some original songs. What do you think about that?
Everybody says that to me. I studied piano, but I studied under a teacher that taught me more, and I'm going to get the terms wrong, but like classical study, where I was doing classical pieces, but reading each and every note. So I was taught to read notes. I wasn't taught music theory. So if you say to me, go up and play a G chord, it's going to take me a while to go and find that G chord unless it's in front of me. I mean, G is an easy one, but if you say G minor, G major, I just really don't know how to do it. Hi, Pete Johns. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
And thank you, Hippie, for the chat. Not that I'm getting the money, but thank you. So I do have a lot of people that say, I think you can do it because you're a good musician. And I said, I can do it. I'm sure. I just don't have the freaking patience. I don't. To sit down and try to figure it out. Because even if I figured it out, I'd have to somehow put the notes in front of me because that's how my brain works. I have to see it on a piece of paper.
Look,
there's some times that I don't.
Well, luckily there's enough people. I think that have got you back for that. So I think originals are going to be a thing that's definitely in your future. See, I thought you would have had no problem with a G string.
Wait, where's my?
I don't have mine set up today either because it doesn't work on internet.
Oh, well, you have real ones. I have cheesy ones. Give me a second and I'll find it. But yeah.
I knew we were going to be like this today.
Well, I don't wear fullbacks, just so you know.
Cool. For those who didn't know, now you know, and were sitting there watching, now you know. All right.
No granny panties over here. Because I don't see the chat, I forget there's people actually watching, and we're not just.
You know what? I didn't expect you to be somebody who wore granny panties. So it's not a shock at all.
Even when I was pregnant and weighed 210 pounds, I refused.
Audible Video's got a question. Says, do I hear some kind of East Coast accent like New Jersey or New York?
Boston, baby. Boston.
I can't believe you didn't pick that up. Like,
I'm not saying New Jersey.
No,
like I don't talk like that's New Jersey people say Jersey.
But that's I was just saying Boston, it because of the how New Jersey people would say it. But
I know.
Like Audible hangs out with us every day with Ivan Idea in a chat room, and he's from Boston, and we hear that accent so much. So I'm so surprised he doesn't know it. Silly LA fool.
Well, the thing that's funny about Massachusetts is that you could be any different town could have a different accent. So it's not one accent for the state, so someone right in the heart of Boston sounds different than me. Someone in South Boston sounds different than that person in the North End. So I have my own little suburban voice, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's like that here in Australia. Nearly everybody in Australia, compared to me, sounds like this. G'day, mate. How you going? Thankfully, I don't sound like that. I hope not, anyway.
Well, I don't know if Les Nage's in the room, but every time he comes into my chat room, I go, "Hello from down under," and he tells me I sound like a coal shoveler from the Titanic. He's like, "You're not doing an Aussie."
Can I freshen your
I
drink,
go, "I'll
governor?
try." Yeah, good day. He's like, "What are you, fucking Steve Irwin?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Right.
He's like, "We don't talk like that."
There's a stingray over there. Stay away from it. Oh, that was bad taste.
Yeah. Oh, awful.
It's not too soon. It's okay.
I was going to say, it's not too soon. How many years
It's
has
been a
it
long
been?
time, actually. All right, so let's get a little bit serious. Laurie, what does music mean to you?
Ooh, good question.
Bang. Boom.
Bang. Music means everything to me. I mean, everybody can say that, it's nostalgic and certain songs bring you back and give you memories and provide you memories. But music to me is fun. It is, I was never a musician. Like I said, I wasn't a performer. I wasn't in a band. So when I played music, it was cranking tunes when I cleaned my room or reorganized my room as a kid, or my mom playing John Denver or something while we, to get us motivated to help her polish the furniture. And then it just turned into me playing the piano at, family parties, which is always fun for me because it's a great environment. And, grandparents or aunts would come over. My mom would be like, "Laurie, play Fur Elise for us. Get on there and into," really all I did with music until recently. I got really back into it about 5 years ago because of YouTube, and even more so because of the quarantine. So
yeah, that got a lot of us back here. Thank you, Ivan Idea, for the super chat again. Thank you so much, mate. From a fellow Boston person, that is Ivan Idea. He's got a car.
I love that. I get an idea. I have an idea.
He's driving his car. we do. We're Melbourne people from Australia, we're the same. We say guitar, car, same thing anyway. We're very similar.
Well, you know what you say, though, that when you say meet, M-E-A-T, and you say mate, M-A-T-E, to me it sounds the same. Sounds like you're both saying mate.
G'day, mate. Give me...
Now say meat, like hamburger meat.
No,
It's the same
come
thing.
on, mate. 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 There's a song in there.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know. And A and E sound the same. I-E.
Now, I asked this
digress.
question not to reveal ages or anything like that. It's not meant to. I think we can feel safe because we're probably around the same age. So,
Yeah.
do you recall the music that was played in your household when you were growing up?
Well, I already gave one away, John Denver. Well, if it was my mom's music, my parents are Catholic. So a lot of times, and they were really into the church, a lot of the music we heard was like monks, the monks of Western Priory from Vermont, or she loved John Denver. My dad loved Roy Orbison. If I played my own music, it would be, in fact, this is probably going to give away my age. My very first album was called Hot Nights and City Lights, which was all different disco songs. And then I got the Village People album. So that's what
I grew up on disco too. My mum was a massive disco head. Like all the disco stuff was in the house. My dad listened to horse racing.
Nice. He was
I just couldn't imagine them two fucking to create me. Like my mum had all the rhythm and my dad was like, "When's the next race on?" Like, so, that's hideous.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was the most musical he got. Do you recall the first album that you purchased and or was given to you as a gift? And what were they?
Well, that's what I just said. Hot Nights and City Lights.
That was the
my
first album. And it was on vinyl?
It was on vinyl, yeah. And then I got go ahead. It had like Gloria Steiner on there, and We Are Family, all that stuff. Sister Sledge. It was just I'm trying to remember all the other ones, but a mix of that disco shit, which I still love. I'll still listen to that stuff.
I love how the stuff we talk about that we like, we always call shit. The English,
yeah. Well, you're gonna put it down,
language
right?
is so
you have
great.
To put down. But then I did get a gift. I got a box set from my aunt, and I'm like, does she know us? And it was a box set of Bruce Springsteen. I'm like, no offense to you, Bruce Springsteen.
Not a fan. I wasn't a fan for the
No,
longest
just
time, and
not.
then something happened, and I got into him, and I got all these albums, and I think I got tarnished by Born in the USA. It got played so much, you know. It was like, oh man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Born
But then I
in
heard
the
his other stuff, and was
USA.
like,
It's
oh
like,
my
it hurt you.
god, this guy's actually got a soul underneath there. It's not just like patriotism.
Well, I like I'm on Fire. There's some
Yeah.
that I like, but at that age, we're talking like maybe 13 or 12. I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to listen to Bruce. And it was a box set, so it was like 5 freaking albums of. I'm like, what happened to
He's got a lot of albums.
my
He's got a
disco?
lot of albums. Yeah. He puts out a lot
Oh,
of
I bet he
music.
does. Yeah,
So
you're making me want to. I don't have a vape.
you can't vape in the room, can you?
I don't have
right.
a vape. I don't own a
yeah.
vape. I've never tried.
Oh,
I smoke real cigarettes, so I do
poor
that
thing.
outside.
Yeah, I always see
Yeah.
you having to go outside. Yeah. Well, at least see here in Australia, our government trying to stop us from even vaping. They're making us now go to a doctor to go get nicotine to put in our vapes. It's
Oh,
a
God,
doctor.
really?
Like I don't.
You guys are crazy down there.
I don't want to go
Down
to a
on
doctor
notch.
at the best of times. I certainly don't want to go there to get some nicotine to put in my
Yeah.
vape. Like seriously, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
S-
But you just vape.
no, I have a vape nicotine. I have to go to the doctor, don't I? It's ridiculous. So, I don't want to go there because I don't want to catch the
Yeah.
inconvenience. That's what I call it. I call it the inconvenience. It's because that's what it's
Yeah.
been. Very inconvenient. Well, not really, because
And-
as you mentioned earlier, let's just start on that. Through all of the inconvenience, how's that helped you, like with music and have you blossomed through the inconvenience?
Absolutely have. So I created my YouTube channel. It was actually under my real name when I first did it, and it was just a place to put my son's band and all that, so my family could see it. I had like 40 subs, and some people would randomly find me in an algorithm. I don't know how, and then I would randomly throw up my own song just playing on the keyboard. But when people started asking me to collab with them is when I upgraded some of my equipment. We can talk about that later because I know you're into all that. But then the quarantine came, and I had nowhere to go at night, and things for my son at school stopped, and I was like, I want to get more into this. So by getting more into it and having more time to do it, and by playing with other people more often, I definitely improved my playing. And so I figured out timing better. I play to a metronome better, to try to at least line myself up with people when I send them a file. I learned how to send files. I didn't even know how to do any of that. So it's definitely helped me. And now I have the bug. I do it. Something with music every single night.
I can tell you're super prolific.
Which
I'm ultra jealous of you for that because
thanks.
I used to be, and I'm finding I'm falling behind making music because of the show. Because you
Well, you do a lot of shows.
yeah, and I think it's got to the point with me that look, I've done a lot of music throughout the years. I've been playing music for a long time, gigged, and I've toured. I've been played in America, played everywhere. I'm at the point now where I like giving to others instead of. I'm second. I don't need to do it. I like seeing other people shine. I think it's a beautiful thing, seeing so many people shine.
Awesome.
And I'm not saying that to try and win hearts or anything like that. It just is what it is. You get to an age and you go,
Yeah.
whatever. I can take the back seat. So I want to talk about your keyboard playing because in your bio it kind of says, hey, you don't give yourself. I think you don't give yourself enough credit. You kind of just you insinuate that you're just a dabbler kind of thing. I'm like, hang on a minute.
I should tinkle around every now and then. Well, I don't even remember what my description says. I probably should update that because I will give myself credit saying I have improved, but specifically, what's your question, Jay?
Well, I don't actually have any questions written down. This is just a chat, but
Okay.
so it can go anywhere. So when did you first start tickling the ivories?
Tickling the ivories at well, my parents did what most parents do for their kids, and they put me and my brother and my sister into piano lessons. I was 7 years old, so first grade, and I caught on to it. My brother and sister quit after a couple of years. Once the sheet music loses the fingering, it tells you like 1, 2, 3. It tells you what fingers to use.
Fingering.
They couldn't read the notes, and somehow I picked up on it. So started at the age of 7 and took lessons with, and like I said, he was more of a classical teacher. He just taught me how to read music for 7 years. So I was 14, right when I was entering high school, is when I said, Mom and Dad, can I quit? I think I know enough. And apparently I don't know enough, but because I don't know music theory. but I don't think you have to. I mean, you could put me into a studio and I will play something for you because you'll give me the music and I'll play it.
You answered my next question. Do you think it's necessary? I don't think it's necessary. We talked about this on Pete John's show. He invited me on last night, and we talked about having these skills, lessons. Do you need them? No, you don't. You need a passion. Like you can have all the technique in the world, right? You can be the Joe Satriani's of the world. If your song stinks, your song stinks. It just is what it is. If there's no heart in it, if I can't see the passion, how is it going to connect with me? You know.
I totally agree. Especially you find people that can play note for note, but it doesn't make their song good. Like they look like they have no emotion behind it. You know, they're sitting there and you're playing it perfectly, but like you said, where's your passion? So I enjoy being able to hear a song on the radio and say, oh my God, I love this song. I want to learn it. And I just go right on my computer. I download the sheet music and I'm playing it that night. That to me is fun. And I really have no desire. I mean, besides wanting to share with people who do originals, besides that desire, I really have no desire to create my own music or learn what an A major is. I don't know. That's just me. I'm fucking lazy. I don't. Sorry.
No, you can swear all you want on this channel. We're all about the fucking swearing.
I'm seeing a lot of people.
Yeah, there's heaps.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Richard. Hippie.
45.
Sorry. Like I said, I haven't had
45 people here. I'm going to do the hellos after this. This is what I want. I want to play something.
Yes.
I want to play something. I want to play my introduction to the first thing I ever saw of you, right? So I joined Metalhead Hippie's channel, and the first thing I saw was this. All right, guys. Now, I'm going to move to this video screen here. And you ready?
You're making me cringe.
Yeah.
What is it?
You're going to love it. This is the first thing. I saw Hippie up there going, boom. So anyway, Laurie's Mishmosh, and blah, blah, blah. Here we go. This is what the first thing I saw. Let's play it.
Oh, God.
Now, this may be altered a little bit.
Hippie says, get a good cam. Are you shitting me?
Oh,
God.
Cam, before you do
Right?
this, I just want to, before you do this, Cam, don't do it just yet.
Now, it may be altered.
This is actually the end of the show. So
Yeah,
what happens?
I'm going to go full screen.
End of the broadcast, right?
So
okay.
Hope you all enjoy this.
You can stay on. I'll just have to wipe my eyes, but all right, are we just gonna count to 3 and do this? I'm scared. I've never done this. Even like, what the hell? Okay, don't do it hard. I'm scared. 1,
Bro, this is funny.
2, 3.
Boom, 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 boom.
Freaking Hippie.
I couldn't help it at a boom. Boom.
That is awesome. Oh my
You
God,
did
what
it
a
hard.
freaking mess I
I
am.
didn't do it hard.
Look at my
Metalhead
room.
Hippie Show Sunday night,
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah. You even got the fucking ad in. You're like,
Bye, stream.
You know, I took a pie in my face, and I give a shout out to his show.
I know.
Oh, the
there's
slow-mo.
even slow-mo in it. Unbelievable. Now, I told you before the show, I'm like, I spent a bit of time making something. And that's all it was. It was just lining up Hippie and you going boom, bup, boom, bup.
Oh, that's so
There you go.
funny. Hippie had a
I
hot
know.
on about that pie for like 2 years.
But that was the first thing I
man.
saw.
It's been
The
shown.
first thing I saw was like, hang on, who is this beautiful woman who they're smashing a pie into her face? What is this crazy
That's
channel?
so funny. What kind of shenanigans goes on over there?
Best $10 I've ever
Yeah, I haven't
spent,
taken a-
says Hippie.
Oh, geez.
That's all it was? $10?
$10, but it was my own fault. I think I opened my mouth. Is my camera coming in okay? I know I'm a
it's
little delayed on
but
my
it's
end.
caught up.
But...
It keeps catching up. It looks like it's delayed
Okay.
for us, but
It looks
yeah.
like it's like
Oh,
All right.
yeah, $10. I think it was a Thanksgiving special, and on my channel before I had Snacks and Tracks, I used to compare snacks. I was comparing Table Talk pies to a real pie that I had made. And when I brought the real pie out, I'm like, oh, who paid me $10 to put this in my face? Total joke, but when he called me out on it, I'm a woman of my word, so I had to follow through.
I've got to give you that. So you went through with it. All right, so let's say hello to folks here. I'm going to try and keep up with everybody. I have an idea. Sith Vaz, Kez, Welton Kinder, John Egan, Epiphonium, Jack Flash, Audible Video, Metalhead Hippie, Lisnagi, Hetriani. Let's see. If I'm just scrolling. Black Covers. So just type something in the chat, guys, and I'll see you pop up down the bottom. Empirism, Ben Bennett, Gary Hubbs is here, Kim Harden Hudson, Mama Rolls, did I say Hetriani, Joe Glenn, the Falcro, Ed B Metal, thanks guys for typing, Gazelle Voz, the Lily Pillies, Doctor's Orders, Lady Rodaline Strate, Tremor Bird, John David Lees, Thomas Gillane Music, K Kung Drum, PJ Kobe, Feisty Feather. You guys are rocking. SM Borthwick, thank you so much, everybody, for making life easy. Gregory O'Sullivan. Have we got everybody? Are you done, guys? Are you done? Dean Thomas.
This is like the Family Feud.
That's crazy.
And on this side, we have Jade Starr.
Jack Flash! Pete Johns.
Now, Jack Flash is somebody you need to interview.
Yeah, it's
Get his face
coming.
on camera, and he's very
yeah,
interesting.
if it happens,
Excellent.
I'm not doing a neck down shot, you know. Russ, 8889 is here
Crotch.
too. I think I've got most of you, so there you go. All right.
Well, thank you guys for being here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I'm not used to have the tables turned on me.
So I'm going to play a song now. Just now that we've done that, and so you guys know, you know my channel's monetized and stuff like that, so I can't really play covers because I get smashed, and all the money goes to somebody else. And I run the show as a business, so I try and find tracks that I can play that are originals and or that I'm not going to get a claim for. So we've got a couple of tracks that I can play today. So that's one cool thing. It's not exactly what I wanted to play, but it is what it is. We're here more so to listen to the fabulous story of Laurie more than anything, because you can always click on the link at the top of the chat and check out her channel. Make sure you go and sub her up, folks. Boom. Right, you got to do that. That's the most important thing. Let me just head over here, and we're going to play. Let's do this one, shall we? We're going to play a Bee Gees cover called How Deep Is Your Love? And we will be back very shortly, folks. So enjoy, chill, relax, and see how deep your love can get. Boom.
You touch me in the pouring rain, and the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love and you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You know the door to my very soul. You're the light in my darkest, deepest night. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think I care for you, when you know down inside that I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn. me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. La 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 la. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. La 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 la.
Boom. Hey, we're back. Let me bring your mic back in. There you are. So, how deep is your...
Hello.
Oh, hang on. Whoa.
Elton John,
my
baby.
God. I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't watching.
So you didn't look up.
You've gone
You
to
didn't look
Ron
up.
Ward on me. Next, you're going to have a wig on and go, right on, right on.
I have plenty of wigs. I don't know if Ron has more than me, but I do have plenty of wigs. I want to start naming my
Yeah,
wigs,
I think I have a
actually.
few too. I think I have about 40 or 50 back there. It's a thing.
All right, I don't have that many. I think I have
Wow.
4. Oh, before we get into that,
Of
can
course,
I show
you
you
can
something?
show me whatever you want. It's your time.
Not that.
hang on, hang on.
It's the whip I
Oh,
have in my
wow.
closet. I
Here we
too
go.
was a dominatrix. No.
I was
So
excited.
I was
there.
interviewed once by the Padded Pedal Room, and when I went on his show, I made a cake and put his face on it. I call him Cheech Marin just because he sounds like him from Cheech and Chong, and I wanted to do that for you to thank you, but as you know, my son had my car and I couldn't pick it up. But this is what I was going to put on the cake for you.
Oh, wow.
And I spent the time, like, I don't have a colored printer here, so I sat downstairs with my little crayons and I colored you. And I wanted, yeah, and I want to see that blonde wig. You don't even have
Yeah, I
dreads on this
know.
one. No, I didn't hand draw this. This is a screenshot of your image. I just colored it.
Okay.
I'm not that good. Kidding?
Yeah,
I'm not that good of
I
an
went dreads
artist.
because I've tried to go alternative and stuff like that. I got this gig coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and everyone's going to be all like, they're going to be all like dressed like glamour queens and stuff, and I'm going total punk with pigtail dreads. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to be
Good,
punk and
good.
stick it up everyone, whatever.
Is that going to be live? I think I saw you
I think
post
I'm-
something about that. Or are you playing live?
I'm
but
playing
not live on
live
air.
in real life, yeah, outside with real people. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and telecast it. I'm going to set up my phone and try and stream it live. We'll see. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll just replay it, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I want to talk about your family, yeah, because firstly, how are they with you in your YouTube channel? They seem quite supportive, and how's that fit in with your life and all that jazz? And then we'll talk about your son because he's amazing.
Are you talking about immediate family
in the
this
house, yeah,
household?
because you do what I do. You're basically running a studio. You're entertaining from your studio and bedroom / whatever, same as me.
And it's in my bedroom. Yeah. They're cool. They don't get heavily involved in it. My son used to, and we can talk about him, but he, being 17 now, he just finds it so cringy to watch me or to be part of it. Although he let me interview him last week, which I was psyched about, and he did that for free. So that was cool. And he had a good time. My husband goes to bed early. So when I'm up here doing my music, doesn't bother him. So because he gets up early. I'm a night owl. I stay up till like 2 or 3 in the morning because I work during the day. So I have to get my real job done. And then I just focus on either editing or doing music at night. But my sister's in the chat here. My friend Johnny's in the chat here. My parents love to look back and watch all my videos. And, when we can get together, like, oh, look at Laurie's video. And we all put it on the screen or something. But
Damn.
so it's cool. I think they get a kick out of
Damn.
it. They know I was always a entertainer as a kid.
So-
Just try to make everybody laugh, do
So
skits
you
and all that.
work, you collab, you do shows as well. how do you find the time to sleep? I get asked this question too, but I sleep a lot, right? People don't realize I sleep a lot. How do you get time to sleep? Do you get enough sleep? Because you look fantastic. So I don't know. What are you doing? What's your secret?
Thank you. I don't get enough sleep. In fact, I was telling a friend I felt sick since Christmas, and I said maybe I have COVID, and she's like, "You don't fucking sleep." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's true." But yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, I stay up late, so I'm just hyper. I always have to be doing something. I don't watch TV. I don't like to sit down on a couch. If I lie in my bed, forget it. It'll be lights out. So I try to stay away from my bed altogether, and I just keep going. And I somehow fit it in. I do have to do food shopping and a full-time job and clean the house and on laundry and all that stuff and cook dinner maybe every now and then for the family. So it is a lot, but I somehow
Super
manage
mum
it.
Indeed. Holy shit. That's incredible.
Yeah.
No, that's more incredible than no, it seriously is. You should be commended for that. Like, most mums just really struggle to get through the day, just getting all that stuff done. But the amount of output that you do and input that you put into other people, as well as doing all that stuff, absolutely commendable. So,
that's sweet. Thank you. I looked last year. I did 125 songs.
God,
That to me sounds like a lot. So that's probably one every other day. No, not quite.
You're amazing. You're amazing. I want to ask people in the chat. Put in the chat how many hours estimate do you think you get sleep a night? Because I probably get about 4 or 5 hours if I'm lucky. But
does anybody in Australia sleep?
Yeah. Well,
even my sister said, the UK. It seems like everybody's up at every hour.
We're on the opposite side of the world, so everything's opposite. No, but at the moment, it's hard to sleep here because it's so hot. It's I'm sweating now in here because it's just so hot. We've got the Falcro 4 hours, Gozo of Oz 5 hours, Hetriani 6 hours. Look at Hetriani with his beautiful skin and boyish good looks.
Right.
Unbelievable, that guy.
Getting his beauty rest, all right. That's what I need. I need 8 or I'm a mess, but I don't
What
get
else we got here? Roadie's Jam Cave 8, Lily Pilly 6, Black Covers 5 to 6, Kim Hutter Hunts at 6 to 7, 7 PJ Kobe. Oh God, look at everyone. Russ 5 to 6, SM Baltic 5 to 6, 5 to 6, 4 to 5,
twice a day. I don't nap either. I can't nap. If I nap, I'm a freaking mess
Hippie
afterwards.
about 24 hours a week.
Yeah.
Hippie sleeps in a chair, for God's sake. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're talking about sleep. It's not beers, Gary Hubs. Gary Hubs, get with it, mate. Follow the chat. He said beers.
Oh, beers.
we got to
Beers.
forgive Gary. He's probably halfway through picking up children or at a hockey game or
Yeah.
That's one
another
question.
one.
Yeah, how does Gary Hubs do so much, but he's always in the chat? That's my question.
Well, he comes in the chat and he always has to go.
He's Houdini.
Damn kids.
Gary Houdini Hubs will start calling him. So tell us about your son, because I've started following his music, and wow, this dude has a career in music. This kid is a multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist who has.
Thank you.
Tell us about how proud you are of him, and what's the deal with him.
Well, I'm obviously very proud of him. I show him a lot on, I post a lot of his music with his band, which is the Rumble Cats, on there. But I've also posted him in the past with his old band called Not Today. And I've posted his originals. He likes to rap. He likes to create his own music. So we've been grooming him since day one. And not because it was our choice, but we saw in him as a baby, as a toddler, that he had this natural gift for rhythm. And again, because I love music, we always had music going on in the house. He would sleep right through it, even as a newborn. We could have the music cranking and he would sleep through it. So he just always was around music, and maybe that helped, or maybe he got the gene from me because, I play the piano. But yeah, so since he was 6 years old, we put him into formal drum lessons because we could tell at that age that he had something. And he's been taking lessons with the same teacher for 11 years. And like you said, he does his own music. He's a great drummer. He sat in with guys that are 5 times older than him, and they actually request him to come up and say, let's have Cam drum with us, when he was like 10. So yeah, super proud. I can't talk enough about him, but I don't want to be braggy either.
No, brag.
He's awesome, and we hear it all the time. It's not just coming from us. We hear other people say it. So
Yeah,
gotta
absolute
be true.
rising star. Like, because I was looking for that Christmas song he did. I was going to try and play that because I thought that was so creative. Is that on YouTube or not?
it
How
is,
do I-
yeah.
Yeah,
The
how do
Christmas
I
rap
find
that he
it?
did. That one. I
How do I
love that
find
one
it?
too. Because if you listen closely, he's got a little jingle bells
Is
in
it
there.
what's it
and a
what's
little...
it what's his channel
gonna
that
look
he's
him-
got it on? I can find it. Oh, it's on
No,
your
it's on my channel.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just find it there.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't post really on YouTube anymore. He does SoundCloud and he does Instagram and
Right.
Snap. I don't know what the kids say. Snap.
Let's find it.
It's pretty recent, so you'll see it.
I should have really, I'm so unprofessional here. It would have been. Oh, there it is. I found
No,
it. Oh,
it's
let's play it. Let's put it up here. There it is. There it
The
is.
holiday
Let's
message?
do
Yeah,
it,
that's-
'cause this kid is amazing.
Get off my keyboard.
I just wanna say,
Whoa!
happy holidays, you know. I just wanna say, happy holidays, you know. I wanna say, happy holidays, you know. A new me meets a new year. It's time I show where my grit is. Don't need no mistletoe to drop off some kisses to your missus. Time spent with you, feeling so sure. When I'm chilling with you, yeah, it ain't so cold. Yeah, I hate to see these times go. 'Cause when it's you and me by the Christmas tree, I chose every leaf to show what you mean. And I know we may bleed, we may fold, but I hope you have a merry, merry.
Wow. It just ends. It's like, no. How can that just end there?
I know. I want a full version. I freaking love that one. He's got another rap one out there that it's kind of like R&B, or should I put on my channel too? But
So
that one, I saw all the
that's
work he put
kids
into
and
that
their
one.
bloody
It was a lot.
Instagrams these days. They only give you like a few seconds of their
Right?
stuff and then they bugger off. It's like, what's going on?
I'm like, is that it? I've been waiting for the song. I kept saying, when's it ready? When's it ready? It was like a couple weeks. Well, because he did a lot of different. He did GarageBand, and then he did the keyboard, and then had to learn how to play the keyboard after he created the music, and then he did the drums and he did the bongos and did the rap, and I'm like, where's the song? I want to put it out before Christmas is over. And then I was mad that it was
Well,
so
because
short.
we're friends on
I want a full
Facebook,
version.
and I know how proud of Mum you are. I see your posts, and I saw some stuff of him like at I think it was like school or something like that. And it's just his drumming is just like, whoa, out of this fucking world. Yeah,
His jazz
yeah.
band. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
should, absolutely, blown away. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, so there you go.
He's got the talent,
Well,
but
you
thank
know,
you. Yeah. He's got way more than me. Yeah.
It's good. I hate to. You said the word grooming, and I was like, "Oh, jeez, don't say that." People in the UK will be like, "What grooming? Oh, that's a bit. Oh, God."
What's that? Is it a bad word?
It can be used around like pedo stuff,
Oh,
especially in the UK.
forget about it.
I know.
That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah.
This is the beauty of the
bad.
English language. What means something over here means so completely different over here. How can the English language be so
Wait, what was the
weird?
other-
You know.
Oh, when you call beers, you call them stubbies?
Well, that's the kind of bottle that they come in. So if they come in a can or a bottle, and the bottle's a little stubby, yeah, like a large bottle's a big one, but a small one's like a stubby finger,
Yeah.
like a little short stubby.
It sounds dirty. It sounds very
it-
phallic. Can I have a
Everything sounds
stubby?
phallic and dirty in Australia.
Yeah, you guys are kind of like animals,
Kind
aren't
of,
you?
yeah. You know, we're the convicts. Remember, we got sent over to a
Swear everybody.
paradise island for stealing bread. You know? Perfect.
That's so funny. Well, went over to take a piss. Oh, pissed means to be
Yes,
drunk, right?
absolutely.
Pissed here means
Yeah,
to be
pissed means drunk. Yeah,
like a pissed.
I don't use that these days. I use
Okay.
mashed. I think
Mashed?
So you mashed out of your
Like
mashed out of your
potatoes?
brains. Your brains are mashed.
Nice. Nice. I love it.
Look,
Scrambled.
the way to
Scrambled
understand Australian lingo is just to take the word, shorten it, and put a Y on the end. Everything ends up, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
G'day.
a Y or an O. Like the bottle shop becomes the botlo. You know, Gary becomes Gaza.
Ah,
Everything just gets shortened.
strange. Well, we call a liquor store here, we call a
Yeah,
packy.
yeah.
I don't know if it's maybe just a Boston
Yeah.
thing, but a packy, because it used to be a package store.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I lived
don't
in
really
the
know the
US
origin
for
of
2
it, but-
years, so from
Oh, you did?
2006,
Oh.
2016 to 2019. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
recent.
yeah. I lived in Minneapolis. It was amazing. It was amazing
Why would you go there?
because I had friends there, and it's really cold there.
Oh,
And I got
I'd go to California or somewhere warm.
I did get to go some other places, but you know, it was I had gigs to play. I did some gigs there. I got to play in Chicago. I got to play in Minneapolis. It was amazing.
Nice.
I so love America. I wish I could come back and live there permanently. I love it. Everything's big. I like big. I love
Really?
big things.
Big house.
The house is
You
big,
animal.
streets are big, the sidewalks, like I even call it the sidewalk, you know. We don't even call that here. But, you know,
Yeah.
I got my first drink. I asked for a large, and it was like that big. I was like, what the hell? Everything's massive. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Well, Americans supersize everything too. So yeah, we have a weight problem over here. I don't know if you guys do, but
I think everyone does it.
I know. I put on so much weight since I started Snacks and Tracks because I eat my candy anyhow, but I don't eat during the day really. So my metabolism goes down to nothing. And then I just chow candy all
You
night.
certainly don't look like you're carrying it there. So I want to ask about YouTube. And how did you find Metalhead Hippie? How did you find Jeff?
Metalhead hippie. So like I said, I was mainly posting stuff for my son, and then I did a couple of keyboard songs on my own. And I think I know it was Jack the Rabbit. I don't know if anybody remembers his name. He hasn't been on YouTube in a while. Came across one of my videos and started following me and talking. He said, you should join this community that I'm a part of if you want other people or to meet other people and people to hear your music. So yeah, Jack the Rabbit sent me over to Hippies. Hippie, I don't know how long ago it's been now, maybe 3 years. And I watched for a while and I got to know people, and Hippie's like, you can play a song too. And I sent him something, and it was me playing, I think it was Band on the Run.
Band
on the Run. But like I said, I had no equipment then. So I have a TV in the room. I would put YouTube on and I would play along with the original song, and I'd film with my phone. So it sounded like shit. And yeah, it's one of those. Like I didn't even know that you were supposed to film in landscape.
Yeah, wow.
I had no idea. So everything was like vertical. I had no idea. So yeah, so Hippie was the catalyst for me meeting people all over the world and for getting more subs, and I really loved it. Yeah, I did. Oh God! Oh, this is bad. Oh, look at no equipment, just the phone set up. Why are you showing this shit? I look like
It's
a
good to know
baby,
your
too.
roots. It's good to respect your roots. You know, I think it's good to see how far people have come. I find it really interesting.
Yeah. Well, if anything, my room got more cluttered. Now I have lights and
You've
just
got
like
banners
stuff
and accessories, and you've got the full hog.
yeah, I got Laurie's MishMosh merch.
I
Come
know,
on, how
that's
could I
brilliant.
not?
That's brilliant.
Hang it on my wall.
So I came across Hippie's channel one day. I clicked on it, and
Yeah.
there was this. I was like, "What is this weird little man sitting in the dark with all these paintings behind him?" And I could just see the shadow of this man just, "Hello, what is going on? What is this?" And then I was like, "Hang on, I've been watching this for 6 hours. Does this guy stop? So, does he ever stop?" What the hell?
It's crazy.
And now.
Well, I remember when I went on, I'm like, you have no idea when your song's going to come on. And I was so nervous the first time. I'm like, oh, are people going to think I'm really cheesy and, her music doesn't belong here? And then I'm like, well, it's going to be on soon, right? And, 4 hours goes by. I'm like, 4 fucking hours. Like you said, how long is the show for? I got things to do. Finally came on, but
and so because you obviously, I don't know how quickly, because I'm only still a newbie over there at Hippie's channel, but how quickly was it before you assimilated into the group of collaborating with people, and who was the first person? Did you already say that? Who was the first person you collaborated with?
no, I didn't say that. And I'm glad you asked because I actually know the answer because I've said it a couple times before. Ian Luckett reached out to me and I met him through Hippie's
He's
channel.
another slut.
And now-
Yeah.
He is, right? He's a collab boy. Actually, I think I have him beat. So Hippie used to give him a nickname. I think it was the Infiltrator or something, because he
Boom.
was in everybody's
Infiltrator,
collab. but
boom.
Something like that. Yeah, boom, boom. And then he shits himself. No, that's all. Sorry, Hippie. That's only when
Is
you're on
that
for
true,
12
Hippie?
hours in a hang. But I time-stamped it. Go back and look. Sorry, Hippie. I love you. Yeah, so Ian reached out to me, and that's when I said, Ian, I have no idea. How do I even get you a file? I said, I don't have an interface. I didn't even know what an interface was at that point. So he's like, just take your phone, put it real close to the speaker so I can get as clean audio as I can. And then
wow.
he built the whole song. That's how I sent it to him. I had to email him my little file from my phone
Wow.
with it up against the speakers on my, no, it's not even set up here, but on my keyboard. And he did something to it that made it sound okay. I mean, I didn't have the music in the background, but it came out pretty decent. I was hooked. I was like, oh, I'm a rock star. I'm in a video with other people. So I was hooked.
Yeah, and Pete,
So that was-
Pete John says it all the time, you know, use the gear that you have, yeah? You don't need all the fancy stuff. You can actually get away with doing stuff like that. And for the most part, it's very rare that if you go and play that back once it's done, that someone's going to go, oh my God, that I can't stand that song. That was clearly recorded by somebody putting their phone up to a mic. Nobody's ever going to know unless you tell them that story, you know? Because people are looking for a song. They just want to enjoy the song. They don't want to sit there and nitpick, and if they do, they can fuck off. Really.
Well, exactly. But you might know when you see my old ones by myself. Ian did something. I don't know if he mixed or mastered what he did, but in fact, my phone was so old that the first 10 seconds of recording would be muted, and I didn't know what was going on. And so some of my videos, it's like 10 seconds of silence, and then I stopped playing. It was brutal, but so I did. I know you're an equipment girl, but I did get a few things that helped me. I'm not an expert at DAW and all. I don't know any of that stuff, and I don't really think I need it.
Well, you don't.
Again,
And
I'm lazy.
we'll get to that and cover that.
Learning.
So that's cool. I normally cover that right at the end, kind of thing. So now you're doing these collabs with people, and you're starting to like build up a YouTube channel, and it's building really well. How's that going for you? How many subs do you have? You've got 5,000 subs. That's incredible.
I think I hit 5165 today. Yes, I'm very excited. I did a thank you for 5,000 subs video, so I think I got 165 in the past few months. But you know what? It's not. All right, I'm not going to sell myself short. I do a lot on my channel, and this is why I think you want to know why the hell I even call it MishMosh, right? Because I don't just do songs, and I don't just do piano. I do collabs, but I do the live show as well, and I do. I've cooked a billion times on my show. You know, I've showed you making spaghetti and meatballs in my kitchen, or an orange Julius. I've done an 80s series before where I talk about the mall, and I've taken you along for car rides when the snow falls. So I try to keep it not confined to one topic, and I think that reaches a broader audience.
Absolutely.
And I'm somehow get picked up in the algorithms more because they're like, oh, because I all of a sudden when I did the meatballs and spaghetti thing, I'm getting all these subs from people who have cooking channels. So I must have shown up somehow, you know. So that's I think keeping the variety is good. Oh, lady, I love you. That was our New Year's Eve special.
Absolutely.
Oh, we love to talk about coordinate. We both wore our tiaras and our wigs. Yeah, well, it's New Year's. You have to dress up. I'm chewing in the microphone as usual.
Every video folks are going to play today, you're going to see Laurie chewing. It's amazing.
Freaking eating. Well, it's right in the title.
Exactly,
Snacks and
exactly.
Tracks.
So how long Snacks and Tracks been actually going for? Do you know?
I would say a year, because prior to that, I was doing Music and Mayhem with Tiny Dragon, Mo. And we were doing a show, and it was a different format, and she had to leave. And I said, well, I'm going to rearrange my format and do more of the stuff that I was interested in, which is fucking pigging out on junk food. I don't know. So yeah, probably about a year. Actually, it has been a year, because my very first time I went live by myself, I interviewed Lady Rodaline, and we talked about that on my New Year's Eve show. So that was January something of last year.
Yeah, I remember that, because I think by the time I had found your channel, it was right at the end of the Tiny Dragon era, and she couldn't make it for that show, and then that was kind of the end of it. So, and then all of a sudden, then I saw an interview with you and Lady Rodaline. Here we go. Look at this one. This is from the Christmas one. Look at this motley bunch of weirdos. Look at it.
Guys were awesome. They all came on.
Look at this guy up in the top corner. What is on his head?
This freaking fox hat. I love it.
I say weirdos in the best
God.
possible love, of course. You know.
Absolutely. We're all
We
weirdos in our own
absolutely
way.
are.
I
yeah.
love that. That was fun. So much fun. And Lady couldn't make it that night. So she started co-hosting with me, kind of on an unofficial, official type of thing. And her and I just have such a great chemistry and such a great friendship outside of YouTube that for me, I'm like, I want you on all the time. So when she's not on, I feel naked. Oh, there's my peeps. What a fucking pig. I'm sorry. I swear to God. Look at, I even got COVID tits. They're getting bigger.
Well, I think the first one of these shows I saw, I don't think it was the first, but the one that sticks out for me, and we tried to find it beforehand. I don't know what episode it was. That's the problem. Was the one where you were baking donuts in your fucking bedroom, and you had the deep fryer out, and I think there was a few of us in Clubhouse, and we're watching. I'm like, has she got a fucking deep fryer in her bedroom? Oh my God, when she knocks it over, the whole house is going to go up in flames. And I was sitting on the edge going, oh my God, this is so scary.
Yeah. Well, I was worried that all the stuff I had plugged in, the plugs themselves were going to catch on fire. Never mind the hot oil. I used to try to do some cooking on the show. You know, I would always end up with either me eating a snack or me showing you how to make something. But, you know, I don't have an oven. I don't have a fridge. So I'm like, well, what can I do up here? So I just got the little Fry Daddy thing that you can plug in and heat up. The room stunk. It just smelled like hot oil all night long. It was disgusting. But yeah, that was scary. I made beignets, I think they're called. It's like French for donut. I don't know. It was a mess. I powdered sugar all over the place. And there's like
Look at you two here.
We're dressed up again, aren't we, Goose?
Oh my God.
Jesus. What did I make that time?
Whenever I see that table in the background, I'm like, oh my God. Something's going to catch on fire. Something's going to go down.
Well, you know what? That night I made the donuts. After I did that, I did this game because everybody knows I got the pie in my face. Did you ever see the pie game that the kids play where you crank it and the whipped cream?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to do this as a joke. And I was right next to the hot oil. And I remember someone in the chat room going, if you jump when that hits you because you're scared, watch that hot oil. I'm like, oh, good. Because imagine if I screamed and I dumped the oil and you saw me get burnt live on camera.
You were like the evil Knievel of YouTube.
My son's like, what are you doing to your room? He's like, you're nailing things to the wall. You're smashing pies on the floor. I'm like, it's an old rug. Who cares? It's all for entertainment. I might have a couple of bugs in here by now, but I don't know.
I think it's brilliant. You know, you've got to have fun, and that's what we said at the start. That's the one thing that I do see you do on your channel, is take the piss and enjoy yourself, and that's why I think people keep coming back. You know, here's another episode here.
I hope so.
No costumes in this one.
Oh, that was her birthday and Mark Tana's birthday. I made a cake for them too.
In the background as well. Look at this.
There's a cake. There's a cake. I bought a cake.
Look at the effort you go to. You got the little tablecloth. You got some balloons and everything. You really give a fuck. You know, I think that's sweet.
Yeah, I try. I don't really have I love people like you that have a clean background and a nice looking studio and lights. I can't really do green screen here. And if I do, again, I have Wi-Fi. I don't have Ethernet, so everything gets choppy. So I try to at least, like I said, get the panties off the floor and put a little decoration in the background.
We did have a panty check before the show.
Yeah. Because then you'll see the real bloomers. She lied.
See, my room's not clean at all. The green screen covers my bed and everything, which is an absolute mess because I just fell out of it.
Yeah. Well, it's 8 a.m. I don't know how you do it. I can't get up by 8.
Well, it's because I have a larger audience in the US and UK. So, you know, the Aussie audience is just not that big. So you sacrifice your hours to reach a better quality of people. Sorry, Aussies out there.
Oh, sad. That's sweet. No, I see a lot of international live shows doing that. And I know Ron was trying to do it too because he's at a Saigon. Is he? Saigon?
Yep.
So he's trying to go live at different times to accommodate us. I have to stick to my time because I'm like, I can't do it during the day because I'm working, and I like to do it after the house is quieter. So I have to do it at 9 at night. That's really the only time I can do it.
So I'm going to play a track. Well, let's play another one of these tracks, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about collabs. We'll talk about some gear and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll bring it on home. because I'm trying to not go 2 hours like I have been lately. So
You're right. This time
does fly, I know.
Wow.
it really does.
All right,
So
cool.
let me bring up a track here, and all right, let's do this one, because this one I didn't get a claim for. Funnily enough, I didn't get a claim for this. I don't know how. I thought this was the first one I would get a claim for when I did a test run of it last night. This is cover Grease by Frankie Valli. Alrighty, and I love it. I love me some Grease. I grew up with Grease. It was in my house. We'll talk about that when we come back, guys. Chill, relax, enjoy a bit of Grease. Here, let's do it. Boom. Oh, I've got some talking at the start. Do you want me to play your talking? All right.
Nah, forward. That's embarrassing.
It's
I hate watching
embarrassing.
myself back. Tell me about it.
Let's go. Hang on, we'll do this. I gotta do this. Boom. And sound. Where's my sound? I've got no sound. I don't know why I've got no sound. Why have I got no sound here? That's odd. Do I turn it down? There we go. Let's go back.
Gonna play your world favorite. Vince Fontaine, beginning your
Yeah!
day the only way. Music, music, music. Get out of bed, it's the first day of school. Don't be a slob, don't get a job. Go back to class, you can pass. And to start the day off nice and fine, I'm gonna play your world favorite.
Who's whispering? My Sandra D glasses are on. These are pretty dirty.
That was really.
I love seeing the comments.
That was really, really fun. Let me bring up the comments in the front here so at least you can see them sitting there. That was really fun. I love that you had both characters there. That was really cool. And that...
You know, my friend Mike, I was telling him about it, and he's like, you need to do the, dirty Sandra. And I said, absolutely. I go, and I need to flick a cigarette at her. And then, I said to PJ, I go, you need to get a leather coat and a white shirt. And he did. He's another one that's awesome that will do, what I ask.
Oh, wow. Within reason.
Within reason, exactly. But he was cracking me up because his air conditioning died, and he was filming in a closet, and he was sweating his balls off, and I'm just... all for entertainment again. So that was fun. And I brought my son.
And Cam was in there as well. So awesome stuff. Yeah. Hey, are you a Grease 1 or a Grease 2 fan?
I've never seen Grease 2. Really? I don't like part 2s of anything. Yeah, but I was told by somebody, I can't remember who said it, you have to see Grease 2. It's just as good as Grease 1.
I'm a weirdo. I actually like Grease 2 more. And I know heaps of people hate me for it. I don't care. Sorry.
Is that the one that has he's a cool rider? It's just so annoying.
But that's what's cool about it. I love it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And Michelle Pfeiffer was in that one. I think I've seen bits of it, but yeah.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer. And she sings amazing. Like, who knew Michelle Pfeiffer could sing?
She's good.
I really expect her to sing Toilet, but whatever. And I would gladly do a cover of I'm thinking about doing one of my live performances in a few weeks and doing all the Grease 2 songs. Because I know people would be like, what about Grease 1? I'm like, no, I don't like Grease 1. So I like it, but not as much. I grew up in a house where my sister played both movies every day. So I know every goddamn line,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I hear you. My sister used to watch, I think it was Pretty Woman. Yeah, Pretty Woman all the time. And Dirty Dancing. And when they were on VHS tapes. And my brother came into the house one day. He's like, this fucking show's on again. He took the tape and he twisted it. It's really mean to us. And we're like, no, it's our favorite movie. But Grease was one of my favorite ones. I saw it in the drive-in theater when it first came out. So it's very nostalgic to me. Love the whole album.
Yeah, great music. So I want to know some of the collabs that you've done. Who are, give us a list of names that you've done collabs with. I'm interested off the top of your head.
Now, I did not know you were going to ask me this, but I actually was curious on my own. And I thought I mentioned, maybe I didn't mention it. I counted today before the show that I've done a collab with 45 unique people.
Wow.
Some of them, several collabs each. So I do have a list because I wrote them down and I'm like, oh my God, I did all these.
Be a mind reader. Holy hell, well done.
I swear to God, because I was like, well, I know how many songs I did last year. I go, but how many people have I collabed with since the beginning of time? And it turned out to be 45. So I have Mark Wade, Mark Tanner, Ian, Hugh Caldwell, Beat of the T Studios, Lady Rodaline Strate, Jack Flash, Andy Dion, Weezon, Dave, Michael Flanagan, JJ Ukulele out of Korea, Ace Guitar Covers, Ben Bennett, who I just did a song with, PJ, of course, Eileen, I've done a few, Kevin Griffin, Les Niji, I've done a few, Wi-Fi. I included my son Cameron. I've done one with Leroy's musical channel. Sith Vasquez, I did one with. Several with Pearl. Joey and Kevin are my band, 80 Proof. That's Leo Metal Guy and K Kung Drum. They're in my band, so I've done several with them. I've done a few with Hetriani. It goes on and on. Pook Ata, who is Kazi. Cub Michael, who I haven't seen around the scene in a while. Great Banzini. Meryl. Rob Barclay, who does the saxophone. I've done a lot of, I'm sure I'm skipping some here. I was animated twice. So Bull from Bull's Retro did an interview with me and animated me. And now I'm in his Gripper series where I play a character and I have to read lines for him every week and send that to him and he animates me into some alien. I did another one. I just did an ELO song and Video James NZ from New Zealand, near your area. Made me into a character that looked like a Scooby-Doo character. So yeah, lots. And all great people, all fun collabs, obviously. When I do it with them.
It's mind-blowing. I'm going to say it again and again and again. I just can't believe how many you do. Like, I do. It's mind-boggling.
It's fun. I'm going to work on one tonight after this show.
Do you ever stop?
No, Lady Rodaline says that to me too. We talk daily, and she's like, I said I'm a little busy today. She's like, you think you're like busy every day? But I do have probably about 7 or 8 right now that are outstanding collabs, and now I'm getting people who are will comment on a song and say, "Can you do this one next?" And I can't do every single one, but I'm trying to keep a list of requests as well of other than just things that I want to do. But it has to be music that I like. I won't do a song on my channel that I'm not really into.
Of course.
So I have turned people down before, and they know that. I'm like,
Well, music is about enjoyment. If you don't
Doesn't
enjoy
really-
something, why put yourself out? Like, even though, like we were both involved, so we've worked together as well because we were a part of the Black Covers Christmas song, and most people know how much I hate Mariah Carey. I hate her so much.
Is that why you wore the straight jacket? Is that a dominatrix outfit? I just died when I saw that. I couldn't stop laughing every time I watched it.
The mask has a history. That mask, I used to use that mask
sure.
in my job. I never wore it. That was for what the people who, that's what they wore.
Yeah.
I've got a whole,
It was for the sub.
I have a whole lot of those. I have ones with dog ears and stuff like that. They're weird. But the straight jacket I actually bought recently from the Metheist video clip because I tried to create characters. So I bought that on eBay for like $200.
Oh my
just
God,
for a video
you're crazy.
clip.
That's fun though.
These are the things you do for rock and roll.
Well, it is a write-off.
Yeah,
I buy outfits all the time for my shows, and I buy wigs, but for my songs. I'll be like, oh, that one's from 1950, so I should get a little, I don't know, bow and something. I'm always going to the party store. I should have stock in the Halloween party store.
I use the party store on eBay.
I love it.
But I'm exactly the same. I've got a machine gun in there. I bought a fake machine gun a while ago for a clip that's coming up soon. Like, what a child.
This is what I have. This is just some of my props for my live show. So
yes, this is the stuff we want.
I pretended telephone. Yeah, I have Peeps the puppet from the Jack Flash thing. I have a Plutophone when I try to pretend to call an Oompa Loompa. I don't know. I did the Rubik's Cube for my 80s show. It's if things start to fall apart and the show gets boring, I even have Flarp just to make fart noises and keep the show going. I get my fan for when I want to say darling, or it's just crazy. My 50s sunglasses. This is fun, this box.
Yeah,
You'd love it.
This is what being a YouTuber is all about, really. I love all this. This is the fun stuff. Collecting all these crazy little things that, I have all these stupid sound effects that I do in the show. I can't even here it is. I've got a little fart can as well.
Nice. Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know why I have this.
That's mine. This is like $2 at the store, but it's slapstick.
Yeah. I think too many channels take themselves so seriously, and you got to have fun with it.
It's fun, totally.
So, with the video.
My Halloween scream.
The video clips that you do, are you the one behind those? Are you the one? How do you?
99% of the time, yes.
So you're using video software, editing stuff. What's your process when you get sent some footage and putting together a video?
So for me, the way I record is so I have my web camera and I have an interface. So my keyboard's plugged into the interface. So I don't have any of the room noise. This may sound elementary to all of you, but I had to learn all this. I didn't know, because I don't have the room surrounding noises. But then I record right into OBS. So I get my video, record it into OBS, and then I import it into Wondershare, Filmora, and that's where I do all my video editing. So when I collab with others, they send me an audio file and a video file with the audio attached. So I know where to line them up perfectly because, I'm not a guitar player. I might not know where your fingers go. So I need you to make sure you either start with the click at the beginning the same time I do, or send me a video so I can listen to it with the audio and then detach audio later. So Wondershare is where I do everything. And I think people are starting to like my videos a lot more. I think a lot of them get excited to be in my videos because I have fun doing transitions and backgrounds and, lights and effects and all that. But that's all I use, Wondershare. I don't use anything crazy.
You don't need to.
I don't even have...
You've probably seen it, you see it around. People say, oh, but you should try this, you should try this, you should try this. No, you should try the things that work for you. You know, and if you do come
Right.
across something that is works better for you, look, I'm blown away that you're using OBS. You know, OBS it's no mean feat. You know, it's OBS is tough.
Well, I didn't set it up. Someone else set it up for me. I have no. If I touch something, I'm sure it's gonna go array because I have no idea how to reset it up. So I'll be calling you. But yeah, no, it's just
Well, OBS is it's an incredibly hard thing to do because you can bump something and then everything's stuffed. Unless you lock everything down and, you know, open things up and just I try not to touch anything on my computer. It's like, all right, just don't touch it. Let it go. Even though I know I can fix it. And then, like, even today, probably things have been a bit slow on my end. It's because of this new chat thing I'm running. To put up comments, because you can't put up comments like StreamYard. So I've had to use an extension to do it. And I'm finding it slows down whenever the chat's full. And so I've just had to close it now because, you know,
That's odd.
you got to do things on the fly too during a show where you can, you know, make it work. So what kind of interface did you get? Audio interface? Do you know what it is?
I had a look. I don't know. Someone gave me the microphone. Someone gave me the interface. It's
It's a Focusrite.
Focusrite.
There you go.
I think 2i2. Does that make
2i2.
sense? Yeah.
Awesome.
It only has two imports, so I have my my keyboard going into it and my microphone going into it. But I don't use that for sound. Again, a friend set this up for me. I go through Voice Meter for all my sound, so I don't have to mess with settings when I go on live or anything. I don't have to do echo cancellation because it's all. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's all through Voice Meter.
Well,
do you know Voice Meter? Yeah,
I
Banana
know it,
Voice Meter. Yeah.
And you know, audio interfaces are so cheap these days too because and they have such great electronics in them. It's so funny. Like there are still people out there, it seems, that like poo at things like, oh, you've got a Focusrite. I have a recording studio. It's like you're a wanker. Shut the fuck up. You know, really,
Wanker. Wanker. Yeah, like I said, I just hit record. You know, the part that irritates me sometimes is I'll forget to unplug my mic, and so when I record a song, I'm like, oh, I did that perfectly, but the mic was picking it up too, so you hear everything I'm playing in the background. I'm like, fuck, got to do it again because I don't. Like I said, I've tried Reaper before. I've tried BandLab, but I don't really use a MIDI. I play, so when I do my songs, you're not seeing me cutting my songs up. If I mess up a note, I got to start all over and do it again. I can't just move a note. Which is a pain in the ass. But that's how I do it. I have to play this song from start to finish. So you will hear mistakes because sometimes I'm just done. I do it like the fifth time. I'm like, okay, this is 8 pages long. I can't start this over again. You're gonna have to deal with the flubs. Yeah. But yeah,
and you clearly don't have the time to really invest to you know sit there and because you do so much. You are the super mum. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. You are Laurie's MishMosh, the super mum.
You didn't give me a nice coffee today. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have help. It's not all just me.
So I was going to ask what a mishmosh is. See, I know what a mishmosh is. A mishmosh, I already knew, but I know heaps of people did ask me. Pete asked me on his show, what is a mishmosh? And it clearly is a mishmosh of things, a smashing together of lots of multiple things. So those of you who didn't know.
Exactly.
I always knew what it was.
You know, I'm not clever enough. Like I said, I had my first YouTube channel was just under my name. Then I'm like, well, I don't want to be like, oh, Laurie's piano channel, because I wanted to do other things, you know, or, you know, Laurie's 80s channel. Well, no, I might do 70s sometimes. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a freaking mishmash of stuff and call it that. I didn't even, the word just came to my head, and then I'm like, I wonder if this is a real word or something I made up, but I guess it is a real word. So it's Laurie's Mishmosh. It's a bunch of different things. Like I said, cooking, my son, collabs, live shows.
Somebody actually asked me if it was your surname.
Who knows? Well, a lot of people call me Miss Mishmosh, or, you know, Laurie Mishmosh, like it's a name.
I've traveled around the world, and I'm telling you, Mishmosh is not somebody's last name. I've had a lot of weird names, but Mishmosh ain't one of them. I'm going to play another song, which I wasn't going to play, but I wanted to play it, and I'm going to get a share claim on it. I don't really care because it is what it is. But no, you don't have to apologize for anything. I want to play this because I see this particular singer on so many covers as well, and I wanted to feature this song. So you sent it to me. So this is a Pink song, and I'm sure you're going to know who the vocalist on this is as well. She's incredible. And we'll come back and talk about it in a moment. So, folks, let me just mute you now, and We'll come back and do our goodbyes and all that kind of stuff in a minute, folks. So kick back and check out Who Knew, which is a pink cover. You ready, guys? Let's do it. Boom.
You took my hand, you showed me how. You promised me you'd be around. Oh, that's right. I took your words and I believed in everything you said to me. Yeah, that's right. If someone said 3 years from now you'd be long gone, I'd stand up and punch them out, 'cause they're all wrong. I know better, 'cause you said forever and ever. Who knew? Remember when we were such fools and so convinced and just too cool? Oh, no, no. I wish I could touch you again. I wish I could still call you friend. I'd give anything. When someone said, count your blessings now, for the long gone, I guess I just didn't know how. I was all wrong. They knew better. Still you said forever and ever. Who knew? Yeah, yeah. I'll keep you locked in my head until we meet again. Until we meet again. And I won't forget you, my friend. What happened? If someone said 3 years from now you'd be long gone, I'd stand up and punch them out, 'cause they're all wrong. That last kiss I'll cherish until we meet again. And time makes it harder. I wish I could remember, but I keep your memory. You visit me in my sleep, my darling. Who knew? My darling, my darling. Who knew? My darling, I miss you, my darling. Who knew? Who knew?
Boom. Let me unmute you. So,
Oh, how much pink is going on in that room there?
so that was Les on guitar, yeah? Am I right? And yeah.
Les Need you on guitar. That was his very first collab, and I've gotten him to do, I think, 4
Yeah,
more
yeah, because
since
I've
then.
seen him quite a bit. And the amazing Pearl, who's not only got an amazing voice, she's absolutely cute as a button. Yeah.
Isn't
she's
she
beautiful.
freaking too cute? I've done so many songs with Pearl, and we've become good friends. I actually interviewed her on my show last year, a long time ago, and introduced her to the metalhead hippie crowd, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Her and Lady Rodaline, their voices make me want to cry, just
Yeah,
with
and
emotion.
Pearl,
and yours
thank
too,
you.
Jade.
Thank you. Well, Pearl's somebody who I will aim to have on the show at some stage. She's somebody on my list. I have a list, the master list.
The master list.
Ron stole that from me. So, yeah,
Oh,
everybody
really?
stole the echo on the thing, you know. But it is a thing. I don't care, you know. I haven't patented it yet, so I won't be collecting royalties until later on.
There you go.
So,
You gotta share,
I know,
share
of
your
course.
knowledge.
There's a few other people.
We're both doing
There's a few
fart
other people who have
noises.
joined who I've probably missed out. Great Vanzini. I see Hugh Caldwell's joined us. Pete
Oh,
Johns is back there. Who else? I've seen a
you.
whole bunch of people who I haven't got to say hello to. So I'm sorry if I haven't said hello to you guys.
Can I
You
show
can show
you
me whatever
something?
you want. We've got all the
Since
time in the
you
world.
again, okay. So Hugh Caldwell, we've become good friends. We've done several collabs together, and he sent me a Christmas card with his cat on it. And this is Felix
Oh,
Bacon, all the way from Scotland. I get a Christmas card. Isn't that cute? And he's inside. I don't know what
I
you're
can see
seeing
it
here.
perfectly.
And he
Yeah.
also sent me these things, which we don't have in the US. Monty Bojangles Cookle Nib Nights. Fucking awesome. They're so good.
Bojangles. I love it.
Can you see that? Right? Sounds
Bojangles
dirty.
in here in Victoria, in Australia, was a gay club in the late 70s that a lot of arrests happened at.
I told you it sounds dirty. Did you have a lot of nib nights?
I was too young to go to that place, so I hadn't come out of the closet by that stage, so because I was a child. So it's very early 70s for me.
Talk about pedo. You weren't groomed yet.
No.
Sorry.
Awesome. Hey, it wasn't me for a
Awful.
change, folks. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry, people. Look at these things. I mean, it looks like a turd, but they're just like so.
But you'll eat it anyway. Yeah.
Fluffy.
Looks
I'm
like a
eating
turd.
it
Let
now.
me stick that
melted all
turd in
over
my
my
mouth.
Yeah. Here you go. Open wide. Oh my God, I'm making a mess again in my room.
Oh my God. So can you give us any hints at what's coming up collab wise? Do you want to give any secrets away? What to expect?
Well, I am doing one that it might be a few weeks out. I'm going to do from scratch again, which I kind of like to do. It's fun. Meaning no backing track. I usually do like karaoke version. But this one's going to be hopefully with 4 people, including my son on
Awesome.
drums again. And that's I'm going to hold that one. I'm not going to tell you which one that is, but I have a few in the works with Jack Flash. So come on, Jack, and a couple of surprises with one of them that I'm doing with him. So look for that. I'm being very vague, I know, but Lady and I obviously always talk about doing stuff, but she wants to try to get me to sing. So we might do that, which I'm not a great singer, but she seems to think I am. But I mean, bitch wants to put me next to her. I'm like, I'm not going to like do a line after you sing a line. I'm like, I'm going to sound even more Brian. But she is so encouraging. So I do have that. And there's a couple other ones. Actually, I had a Word document up with all my projects because I was trying to keep track, and now I don't have it up anymore. But
I like.
I think I'm doing one with Les Nagy as well. So lots still coming up. Oh, and I'm doing one with Ingo.
Awesome.
Which will be great.
Awesome. I'm going to reach out to Ingo soon. There's one I want to do with Ingo, but we'll see if he wants to do it with me. I don't know. Awesome. Francis has joined the chat. Hello, Francis. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, Cheech.
What's going on? What was I going to say? Now I can't. My brain has gone to mush. Yeah, well, it's good. I didn't want you to like give away all your secrets because we wouldn't have any surprises.
Yeah, no. I do have a lot.
You got to keep those songs private for Hippie, or else you won't. I know
you won't play it. No.
Boom.
No, you won't. Boom.
My hippie impersonation's coming along so well. Some people, I've done it and not been on cam, and people thought I was actually hippie. What the hell is going on?
You do sound like them. You know, it's funny when I come on my live show, I never know. Like I always go, "Hi, everybody!" Like I need something like a boom to start out with, and I don't know. What did you do when you came on? You had your intro.
You know,
then you say good morning.
I just went for it. I really had no plan when I started this channel. I guess I've been doing theater and stuff my whole life, and doing gigs, and you name it, I've done it. So doing this was pretty much second nature. Just because I've done film and acted and all that kind of stuff. So doing this is just like turn it on and go bleh, whatever comes out. And I know you're exactly the same, and I'm sure most people who do this, it just is what comes out. I think if you script things and you try to manufacture a catchphrase, people see through it. They see it as wank. What are your thoughts on that?
Right. No, I speak myself, and I don't script it at all. I mean, I do prepare for the show, meaning, all right, I'm going to have a little trivia contest, and who am I going to interview this week, and you know, I do a back and track challenge and have people submit me their songs. So there is a little format, but the rest of it is just me shooting the breeze,
Yeah.
shooting the
Yeah,
shit.
people see
But yeah, I
through
just
it.
like, come on, and I'm like, yeah, I think so. I think that they see. I want people to see, you know, that I'm genuine. I'm not, you know, being a phony on air. I am who
Yeah,
I am.
and you know, speaking from myself, I see that, and I do watch a lot of YouTube. I'm sure many of us here do watch a lot of YouTube because it's where
Yeah.
we spend our time. And I was saying this on Pete's show last night when I went on there. If I see somebody who's like doing a tutorial or something like that and they have no character whatsoever, I'm out of there. Like, no matter if their
Yeah,
information is good,
boring.
if I can't connect with them and I can't see that they're taking the piss and that they're just being, if it's so robotic, I'm so not into it. I can't learn from that. I need
Yeah.
to learn and be entertained at the
Absolutely.
same time. Yeah.
And I like to interact like you interact, you know, interact with people who are watching you. You know, you're not just here to, you know, toot your own horn or, you know, be snotty about it. I love to talk to people in the chat if I can. I love to have people come on camera if they can and all that stuff. I think you pick up on, hopefully people
Well,
pick up
I want
on.
to ask you as a YouTuber, as somebody who has 5,100.7 subs, so are you monetized on your channel?
I am, but I
Sure.
get nothing.
So-
I mean, because every song I do is a cover. So, I mean, I get
Yeah.
pennies.
But it's. I want to talk to you about how hard work it is. It's really. What is your experience with being a YouTuber? Because I think people see sometimes from behind the curtain. Once they see behind the curtain, they start to understand like the work that goes into it. It's. Tell us
Yeah.
about your experience as a YouTuber since you know, and getting all these subs and going through the process of, you know, once you get 1,000 subs and your 4,000 views or whatever it is.
It's
Tell
a
us
lot.
how that's been for
Yeah,
you.
it is a lot. Well, like as I said, I'm not just sitting here doing a song or doing a collab, which in itself takes a lot of time because of the editing and all that. But yeah, when I first got monetized, I had to figure out, well, what is the community page and where's my money come from? Then I had to figure out what's an AdSense account. Like I had no clue. Like I have to set up a Google AdSense account, and that took months because they're like, we mailed you a pin and you can't set it up until the pin comes in the mail, and I never got the pin. So I don't know. I finally got all that straightened out. Then I'm looking, going, you know, I'm making 0.003 cents on each song or whatever. So I do get generous people who give me super chats when I go live. So that's where most of my revenue comes from. But I'm not in it for the money. The other busy part about YouTube is, again, it's not about me. I love to go to other community channels and interact with people. I don't just sit back and let them comment on my stuff. I go and watch their stuff and comment and watch it. So it does, you know, it's a time suck.
Yeah.
I used to be on Facebook a lot more. I used to be on Instagram a lot more. Now I'm just on YouTube a lot. You can't do every single social media, but you know, I love to the connections that we made. I just can't sit back and let people comment on my stuff. I love to watch their stuff too, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, and that stuff
Yeah,
takes time.
it does.
I go on other people's live shows and, you know, and interact.
Yeah, because
so.
it's hard, you know, and I have people message me here on this channel and say, "Oh, sorry, I haven't been on the show lately. Sorry, I've missed a whole bunch of shows." And I'm like, "Man, really? Yeah, 100%. Like, I never expect anybody to be here. You know, I fully expected to just be sitting here talking to myself. Most of the time, I am talking to myself. I'm not on the show. If you saw me off the camera, I'm sitting here going, "Oh, okay, I'll handle that." I'm a nutcase.
I've done that before. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta hit the live button. But yeah, no, it's great to see the interaction and the feedback you get, but that's not all it is. I'm not here to stroke my ego. I'm just here to interact with people and have fun.
Yeah, and you
so.
do that in your show too. I mean, we all play people's music as well. I don't play as much as what other shows do, because I have another agenda that I'm doing. But I do try and open my show by playing a song that I pick each day. I can't do the whole send me a song thing because that's just more work. But I do sit there and go through other people's channels and try and find a song. I'm interested in asking you this because I do have a show coming up probably next month. I'm reopening my Warts series, my We All Rise Together series, where we talk about each show about depression and anxiety and stuff like that as a creator. On Facebook, right? So how do you go sharing your music on Facebook? Do you get the feedback that you expect? Because I'm doing an episode on friends and how you put your music out there sometimes and you don't get anything back.
No, I try to keep it to the music platform, which to me is YouTube. I do share my videos sometimes on Facebook. It's a different crowd there. It's more of my friends or my parents' friends and all that. And they'll be the ones that be like, wow, this is great. But I don't get as many views on Facebook. I try to post it there to bring them over when I'm doing it with other people. So I can also, share their channel if you're interested. But yeah, I don't get that much feedback on Facebook either, if that's what you're asking me. Because it's not my music platform. It's where people are telling me, oh, I made my freaking roast beef tonight. Here's a picture. Or, it's not really all music. So you're not really going to get all the people that like music or that
it's
are
really
interested
bizarre,
in
I find.
YouTube.
Facebook is all about friends and adding friends. And I find on so many other platforms, I have far more friends than what I have on Facebook. Most of the people on Facebook, I don't even know who they are or how they added me. Probably because they were transgender and they think, oh, you're trans too, so I'll add you. And it's like, I have nothing in common with you except like,
we have something in common.
You're on
Yeah,
hormones,
please.
good stuff. Whee! Like, I don't care.
Yeah. I get a shitload of friend requests all the time on Facebook. Now, if I got them on YouTube, right, they sub to you. You don't have to accept. You just get them. Facebook, you have to go in and accept. And I'm like, who the fuck is this person? And then I look to see who they're mutual friends with. And I don't even know who that person is. I'm like, oh, I got to stop accepting. So, yeah,
Here's a topic
crazy,
I want to hit you with because I don't really think I've hit anyone with this one before. So I'll start off with my little journey. So being trans, and I don't always look good these days, right? But back a few years ago before I got sick, things were a much different case. So when I transitioned and stuff, I noticed a different kind of people adding me. And women go through this much more than what most men will never understand. How do you deal with the, hey, baby? Do you get much of that stuff? Being a beautiful woman yourself, do you get much of this? Do you get dick pics is what I'm trying to say. Do you get the weirdos who send you that crap?
Oh, God. I don't know who's watching, but all the time. Let's just say that. And you know who's the worst offenders is Instagram young boys. They just like the MILFs.
Really?
But yeah, all the time.
So how do you respond to it?
And I laugh
interested.
at them. I don't get. Well, sometimes I stare at them for a little. Other times I delete right away. I don't respond, but it depends. This is bad. Weren't we supposed to end this 15 minutes ago?
It's the end where I'm just drag on for a little bit.
Yeah. No, I get them all the time. In fact, it's funny because on Instagram, I had to make my account private because it was just getting out of control. So I made it private. And then I'll look and it says, someone, so you laugh.
I love it.
All right. But now I make it private. I'll look at people and I'll be like, oh, okay, this person is into music. Maybe it's a potential follower. And it never fails if I accept on Instagram and it's a guy, boom, I'm getting a private message from him. I'm like, this is not a freaking pickup joint, people. No, it's bad.
Yeah.
But I laugh.
It's funny too when they add, right? When they do message you, you can tell straight away, all right? If you don't get a dick pic at first, you know it's going to go bad because the first message is always, hi. And it's like, oh, here we go.
Yes. I'm like, what do you want to fucking talk about? Nothing. Actually, Annie sent me a dick pic, and I accepted that one. No. Kidding, Adriani's my little bro.
I'm sure most women would be happy about that. So anyway, no.
Yeah, right.
So I used to write these huge diatribes and try and put them in their place and, get really angry and be like, and I'd be so proud when I'd hit send and be like, got ya. Because most conversations always are like, hi, how are you? And you go, okay. And they go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Not much.
Where are you from?
And then it ends. There's nothing more. And you just think, dude, no wonder you can't get a fuck. You have the goddamn personality of a piece of dog shit wrapped in tissue. Honestly,
right.
Like, what is going on?
Exactly. Like, how about, oh my God, I saw your channel or I saw something that you did, like something personal, not just hi. I'm sitting here jerking off on my bed. Excuse me.
My favorite comeback on Facebook is
personal.
I will take a snapshot of their profile photo on their profile, and then I'll open it up in a like a drawing app, and I'll draw a penis on their face, and then save it, and then I send that back to them, and then block them immediately. So the last thing that they've seen is a picture of themselves with a cock on their head, and by the time they write back, "You slut, I hate you," they can't respond, and all they're doing is staring at their own face with a dick on it. I think it's the ultimate comeback.
Oh, I love that. I love it. I don't even go that far though. I like I said, I laugh it off. I don't. If I give them a response, I feel like I'm giving into it, and instead I just hit block or delete or bye. See ya.
Then
I'm not available, so I can't. I can't be looking at these 22-year-old guys on Instagram.
I stopped doing that because then I started thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that guy will turn into an incel and go out and murder people. I really shouldn't do that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna ruin them.
Damn.
I try to be nice just for that reason. I'm like, well, and then what if they're, God forbid, if they're suicidal
Absolutely.
or they're sad and they're just reaching out because they want someone to talk to, then I want to kind of be nice. I don't like to be a snob or be rude, but if they're clearly just, what do they call it? Fishing? What do they call it? I don't even know. Then it's obvious.
It's a topic that.
Bye-bye. Good question though.
No,
Thanks for
well, it
asking
is
me
an
that.
interesting question because a lot of people don't talk about it, but it goes on. It's one of the most, and being somebody who has a YouTube channel, we've got people coming through as well. You're on Instagram as well, which you've had to go private. These are the things you have to do, and I'm sure a lot of guys don't get that. It's a pain in the ass. It's an added layer to what you're trying to do to just make it go easy.
Right.
So there you go.
And I think that's why I keep, like I said, most of my music stays on YouTube. I very rarely, I share to Facebook, like I said, sometimes. I always forget to share to Instagram because I don't even know how to share a link on Instagram. I just know how to share a picture. So, but I keep my music friends to my music friends. And I get I get close to the people that I work with or do music with and collabs with. So I get emails from people a lot and I love it. I love interacting with them.
I can tell that.
I haven't been a real dick yet. Through YouTube.
So I'm going to hit you with my last question to wrap it up, which I ask everybody, and there's a really easy answer. It's very directed, this question. If Laurie, if somebody was considering becoming creative, when would you suggest for them to take up their creativity?
Right now. That's the answer. Right now. Why wait? Life is short. And actually, it's a good time because things are starting to get bad again, with Omicron and Omicron COVID and all that, but why wait? I did it right away. I learned how to do my equipment, and I've been having fun for 2 years now, at least.
Absolutely.
So get creative. And if you need any tips on where to buy your wigs or outfits for your videos or how to dance around like an idiot, feel free to email me. My email address is on my page, on my About page. So
and
I'm an open book.
All of the links to Laurie can be found in the description of today's show. So make sure you go over, sub her up, folks. Give her some love. Go and do all that stuff. Go watch a crap load of her videos. Go watch her original stuff too, so she gets some more money. Do all that stuff. Do all the stuff. Do all the stuff. Support her because she supports a lot of us and all that. Thank you, Russ, for putting the link in the description.
Catfishing. That's
catfishing. I think I saw Key Come Drum write something else too. That's funny. Dick slapped. Love it.
Siba, thank you. Yeah, Dick slapped. Sorry, I haven't been seeing the comments because I don't have YouTube up, but. Jade, thank you for having me on. I'm in good company. I mean, I've seen some of the people you've interviewed, so I appreciate it. And I'm kind of, embarrassed, but I like it.
I just
thank
hope
you.
You've been on my list for a while, so I'm really glad that you came on. Thank you so much for it, and you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. You are the super mum. You are a super musician. You're a super kind human being, and you're funny. You're funny to boot. You make me laugh, so that's really cool. And
we kind of got out of control here, but that not as out of control as we are off camera. So that's just the tip of the iceberg, people.
Here. That's what this show's about.
Well, for you, yeah.
So we are going to go out today. I want to thank all of you for being here. We got up to like 40, nearly 50 people at one stage. So thank you all so very much. You're all so very kind for coming over and supporting Laurie, and thank you for supporting my channel like you always do. Remember, there's lots of great music channels that you can go and check out. All these fantastic artists. You've got Rock and Ron Ward. You've got Thomas Christ. You've got Metalhead Hippie Channel. You've got YML with Pete Johns. You've got Snacks and Tracks. You have Francis's channel show as well. I can't think of what it's called. His show.
Dead Poet Society.
There you go. So
Dead Jazz Society.
You've got so many places to share music. So share it and share with other people, yeah? Just don't ask me to collab. I suck at it. I really am terrible. I'm the worst. We're going to go out tonight with a song which is, of course, got a hippie involved in it. You want to tell us about this? This is Come On Now Metalhead Hippie, a jam for a friend. You want to tell us how this came about?
Oh, gosh. Metalhead Hippie, do you remember this? He was really sick. I don't know if it was his liver or it was something going on over a year ago. And Francis and Ian and Moot reached out to me and said, we're all just going to do a little jam just to this backing track. And again, that was my first, I'm like, I don't jam. And I was like, wow, it's only 15 seconds or 30 seconds, whatever it is. So yeah, I was happy to get involved in that. It made Hippie smile, and Hippie makes us smile. So it made us feel
He
good.
sure does.
So it's a
He
track,
does
yeah.
so much for us all, and he puts his own health at risk, the fool. He sleeps in that bloody chair, and he puts everyone ahead of himself. So, let him...
He needs more
Yeah, get
sleep,
some more
Hippie.
sleep, for fuck's sake.
Please, for fuck's sake.
So we'll go with this. Thank you, Laurie, for coming on the show. I hope you have a wonderful evening ahead, and I'll see you in the soup on YouTube. Stay on the line, and we'll have a chat afterwards. And guys, thank you all for being here. This is, come on now, Metalhead Heavy, get to fucking bed. A jam for a friend. Bye. See you guys. Oh yeah, boom.
Bye.